What's going on, people? This your guy, your real estate investor next door, back with another live. And today we're going to be talking about how you can get started wholesaling real estate. So stay right here. You can ask all your questions. We're going to go through it, talk about how you can get started, talk a little bit more about what's really going on out here in these wholesale streets, the truth about wholesaling from two people that's out here in the grind doing it every single day. Matter of fact, locked up a deal today. My guy Cordero the cleaner is here to talk about how he got on that phone and putting the moves on the seller and really help some sellers get to what they're looking for. We got the buyer locked in, so man, we ready to go, man. Ready to go. Yeah, I got the fresh cut. I was telling Cordero I got the fresh cut, but my camera ain't working, my mic ain't working. But hey, we gonna do this one for the culture, man. Do it for the
But
culture, man.
for the
So
people,
yeah, that's what's up. But let's do it. We got our guy, man, the one and only Jaden in
hey,
the building.
Jay need to holler at your boy, man. Jay got his first lead. Jay got his first lead today. He been grinding a couple days to get his first lead. He didn't even know what it was. He had to call me and he said, "Hey, man, what's this thing when a person say they want to sell their property? What do you call that again?" I said, "That's a lead, dude. You got a lead, brother." About to actually head to sleep for work, but had to say what's up, y'all, man. Hey,
Hey, what up, man?
I
Go
can't
ahead
even
and
be
get,
mad.
hey, go ahead and get to it, man. Get to it. Hey, y'all come in here. Let us know where you are, where you from, what you got going on, man. We all up in this wholesale space, just trying to make some stuff shake, trying to make some stuff happen. So, man, y'all tell us where you at, what you got going on. I'm in Georgia. Cordero's in the Great Hills of Tennessee. Um,
I could have
and
sworn it was
man,
the
yeah,
hills.
the
In the hills
Hills
of
of Tennessee. Dude,
Mississippi.
dude, not no Mississippi. No, dude. I already showed you the song.
I think
So
that was the remake. That might have been
that
the
right there,
remake.
man, that's already put to bed. We done already
That
been through
might have
that
been a
one.
remix for sure.
Dude, we already
Um,
been through that one, man.
oh
Yeah,
yeah,
dude, that's
yeah,
put to bed.
Cass, man. Hey, shout out to Cass, man. I'm gonna drop it. Sup, fellas? Cordero still waiting on that return call from my friend. Hey, if you it's a friend. Like this ain't just no lead. It's an actual real friend. So I was gonna say you can shoot me over their info and I hit them up, but it's a real friend. You want to make sure that it's a warm handoff for sure. But if they really need the value, they really need to get something done. I got some buyers looking in Murfreesboro. They ready to go. You know what I mean? They ready to go. They can close
Ready to roll.
all of that stuff. So just let me know, man. Cass is no stranger to this business. He understands people go, they come, they be ready. And when they ready, we be right there. But I do want to be able to put that bug in their ear just to let them know that we can help them with whatever they need. Whatever they need, man.
Yeah, for sure, man. For sure, for sure. But who else we got rolling? So got Cash rolling through, man. My people on IG. What's up, man? My people on IG be coming through. So London said, "Hey, I'm in Warner Robins, man. Warner Robins, that's a nice little market. Been out in the game for a while, trying to get back in it. Man, that's what's up. So if you're in Warner Robins, I think you're in a good little area right there. Man, find you some buyers. Target some niche lists, and you already know I'm gonna tell you to go do some pay per lead, bid the lowest as you can bid, and shoot. In Warner Robins, you should be able to get some stuff off for sure. So they got a military base down there. So yeah, you should be.
Oh, the military base. The military base, y'all. Military base changed things. Military base changed things. Matter of fact, just principle, an area being a transient area, meaning people are constantly moving in, constantly moving out, constantly moving in, constantly moving out,
Oh,
and people not but buying a house there and staying there for 30 years, 40 years. They be there for 3 to 5 to 10 years in that range. You got motion because that means people constantly
Yeah,
moving in,
yeah.
processing out. So,
Yeah, she says she in the military. So there you
oh,
go.
so
You
she,
already know. She already know the deal. But yeah, man, she already know the deal. So man, yeah, man. In these areas, you talking about Warner Robins and really anywhere around there, really should be able to get some stuff jumped off. But just stay tuned here, man. We'll be talking about all the stuff you need to do. Um, like I said, PPL, need to sell my house fast. Property leads. If you go on property leads and you sign up for property leads, use my link, and they're gonna give you $250. They're gonna give me $250 credit too. But the important part is what they're gonna give you. I'm already getting leads. You know, it's like, you ain't. You need the $250 credit. You know? I'm gonna get the lead regardless. You ain't. A
you're
lot of
not.
people, hey, dude, I used to be the same way when I was getting started. Always worried about what somebody else gonna get. You know, always worried about, oh, this person gonna get this. Dude, you ain't like, you need to worry about what you gonna get. You know what I'm saying? I remember signing up for Keith Everett 2 day. Man, I get this dude $5,000. I never thought about what I was gonna get. 100
Yeah.
grand, 100 grand, 100 grand, 100 grand, 100 grand. I wasn't thinking about that. So if you'd have told me what I was gonna get, then it's like, dude, hey, man, some people still out here just looking, worried about what somebody else can get, worried about what other people got. They looking around at what everybody else got. They can't even see what they about to get. So, but anyways, man, sign up for property leads. I'm gonna put my link down here. I should drop this thing in the whatchamacallit. But you tell me you're gonna give me 250. I'm like, man, I need to go find somebody to use they darn link.
How much? How much
Do
could
what
two
that?
fifty? How many leads could 250 get you? To let the
I
people
know it's
know.
gonna get me. I know what it's gonna get me. It's gonna get me 2 leads because
Mm,
I'm going to a place where I'm bidding 125, and I'm gonna go and get them 2 leads up off there. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
how
I'm going,
and what? Well, how much could 2 leads get you?
man, ain't no telling. I put it like this. Uh, my first lead from need to sell my house fast was a deal. The very first one, 20 grand. Boom. A 20 grand ball. Let me see how many leads I needed to get on property leads before I got a deal. Man. But but yeah, man. I mean, shoot, you can get a deal. You just don't know, man. That's what I'm saying. It's all about, getting leads, man. And they're gonna give you 2 chances for free. Not only, even if you don't get a deal, it's like, just the ability to talk to people might be interested in selling. Like that's worth it right here. You know what I'm saying? To get your feet wet, you know, to take some action, working out that action muscle. Boom, boom, get you some reps in. You know what I'm saying? Get you some reps in. It's like there's a lot of different actions I had to take before I got my first deal. You don't sit around and wait, man. Let me see. Is this action right here what I need to take to do my first deal? Is that action what? Hold on. I gotta wait around and take the most correct action to get my first deal. No, dude. It's take this action, take that action, take this action, take that action. You know what I'm saying? And then it's like, all the action taken ended up leading me to a deal. You know, it's like, man,
That's
I
that's
go
such a
ahead.
major point. That's such a major point. I was gonna say that I was thinking about saying this yesterday. Was that all the stuff that we talk about? all the stuff that we mentioned, it's all rooted in the action you take. Meaning, none of this stuff gonna matter until you actually do it. Like all of it, none of this stuff is gonna matter until you actually go out there and do it. As a matter of fact, all the tips I give you won't make sense. Byron saying, hey, go on to propertyleads.com and fill out this, and you get 250. That's hearing us say that, like, dang, that would be cool. That's cool. But actually going to do it and actually getting your $250 and actually getting the leads in and actually calling them and following up with them and then talking to, like, that's a different feeling. That's a different experience, right? Talking about it and actually taking action and doing it is a different experience.
For sure.
Even watching this podcast and hearing us talk about it, it might make you feel good, but you're not actually outside of your comfort zone right now, hawking down leads. Take that action. That's what's going to make your life change.
Yeah. Once you get used to doing that, once you get used to taking that action, that's the muscle you're gonna need. You know what I'm saying? You developing that muscle.
And that's such a beautiful point too, Byron, is the simple fact that it's not about taking action or not taking action. It's simply about, it's not something you just do or don't have. It's a muscle. Just like discipline. That's one thing I want to tell people, because I know when you at a certain place in it and you ain't taking action yet, you could almost feel like you trapped. You might feel like, man, I just don't got what it takes. I ain't never closed no deal before. I ain't never did 6 figures. I haven't ever done 100K month yet, by the way, guys. And so I ain't done that. And so you got to understand, if you have it, if you're not the type of guy that has like that ingrained discipline in you, it's like, it's something you build. It's not something you have or don't have. It's something you build. It's something you work on and grow like a muscle, right? I just speak, that's different than all of the guys that are like, yeah, I'm a go-getter. Love you guys. Y'all got it figured out already. Y'all just go, go, go. But there are some people that just plain and simple, like, man, I believe in myself and I'll watch the podcast all day. But when it comes down to take action, I'm first, second, triple guessing myself instead of just taking action. So just remember, take a little bit of action. That gets you so far. You start seeing some results. Take a little bit more. That gets you further. You start seeing more results, so on and so forth. But more action is better than none. You know what I mean? Some action is better than none, and more action is even better than that. That's what I'm trying to get at. So keep that in mind. It's like, it's something you build.
Yeah, for sure. So Aaron said, "What's up? Good evening, my brothers. What's up? What's going on, man? What's going on?" So Richard said, "They call me Action Jackson."
Is that Richard?
Hey, man.
Is that my guy, Richard?
You already know that's Richard, man.
Yeah, Richard gonna take some action now. Richard going to see some properties tomorrow. Going to check out some properties tomorrow.
Oh yeah, for sure. So, London said, "What was that lead generation you mentioned?" It was property leads. We closed a few deals. We closed a few in Augusta last year. Tried to get closer. Macon was a terrible market at the time. Macon has been a terrible market a lot of times, but Warner Robins should be good, man. And you talking about you in Augusta, you in Warner Robins, you was doing deals in Augusta. You should be able to do deals in Warner Robins. So I've done deals in Augusta, but yeah, property leads is the one that I was talking about. Richard says, "Thanks to you guys, y'all are the real deal." Hey man, we just out here trying to make some shape, trying to make some happen, man.
We're literally just taking action, and you build on the action that you take too. By the way, like we just like Byron took crazy massive amounts of action, and so he, so far up, he's building on it. So every day you wake up, like you got to understand, this not day 10 or day 30. He ain't 2 months in. Like I've been doing this I got my first deal. So since 2020, really, but I did my first deal in 2019. How many years is that? You know what I'm saying? Like if I was boxing, if I was wrestling, if I was hooping for 4 years, going on 5 years, I mean, how many years is that? Just constantly taking action. And it was trash. We talking about, oh, we just got a deal locked up today. How about I tell y'all about that one time years ago where I got that one nice African lady under contract. I didn't have a buyer for her, and I didn't know what I was doing, and I was trying to find a buyer, I didn't know how to negotiate. I found a buyer, I had to talk her down. I didn't know how to talk her down, and so I failed miserably, and she cussed me out. She didn't cuss me out, by the way, because she's a nice Christian lady, but she said, you know how some people just give you words that's not vulgar, but they so disappointed in the way that them words cut you, like, Cordero, I am so disappointed in you, Cordero. I'm like, oh, all right. I think she was like, she's like, Cordero, you are the enemy. And the enemy, she basically called me the devil. Y'all know when black folks call you the enemy. That's the enemy is the devil, by the way. I was like, dang, that hurt. You know what I mean? That really hurt. And so I failed, but I took action all the way through. It reminded me of something we was just talking about. Me and Byron, he was talking about how his daughter went to her first track meet today. And he was just like, yeah, she got some speed on her, but it was just a matter of getting there, starting the race, running the whole way, and finishing the race. That's what this is your first track meet. It's just like she can build on it. By the time she do 1,000 track meets, 10,000 track meets, maybe we can talk Olympics. But your first one, she had to have the courage to show up, to stop crying, and to get on that line. And when they say go, take off and run, and go the whole way around and complete it, and not give up anywhere. Like, that takes courage. That's your first stop. Do it. Take action.
For sure, man. For sure. Like I said, it's like, I don't know. Maybe that's why I was sitting around for 8 years trying to figure out what's the perfect action. You know what I'm saying? It's like, hold on, am I supposed to do this? What's the perfect action? I'm trying to take this perfect action. Yeah. Trying to find this perfect deal. I'm trying to find a silver bullet. When in reality, like Cordero's saying, like, I do stuff that don't work. You know what I'm saying? It's like, but I just keep going, go. That's another thing you see me do. It's like, no matter what, I'm in go mode. Like, dude, we're going to go. We're going to push ahead. Like, we're going to go. One thing we're going to do is go. Like, that's almost like I ain't good at nothing, but I'm good at knowing I need to go.
One thing that's a common practice that me and Byron do, we might say something, but he'd be like, hey, did you call that? Hey, no, Byron, what should we say to the seller? We'll do that after the call, if anything. Yeah. Like, oh, we had a call and like it went that way. We like, man, all right, I got an appointment to call him back because she got to go do something. I'm gonna call her back in like 10 minutes. All right, when you call her back, we might try to say this. But one thing for sure is it's call first, ask questions later. It's let me look at the lead. Let me sit around and think. All right, let me get on Zillow, look up the property and study it and analyze the deal. How long should you spend? That's just a common practice just throughout the day, let alone a general principle that we use to govern everything. Just so y'all know, Byron got all the PPL answers now, but a part of the like the switching from prospecting
a bunch of fillers.
Yeah, a part of the transition from switching from prospecting to marketing, which is outbound. Prospecting is outbound, so cold calling, cold texting. Byron was heavy on the text messages, and for a long time, it was like, we need to text more. That transition, we had to fail big time with. First, we started with Facebook because we was just like, we need to get some inbound leads. So we failed big time. Byron, basically, I ain't gonna say he put a gun in my head, but he basically put a gun in my head and forced me. Nah, but I mean, we tried Facebook. We went nationwide. We always, we talk about the nationwide, but that was taking that action was the foundation for us knowing what does work, what doesn't work. We had to be willing to take the action to get to know that property leads is something to talk about. That Lead Zillow is something to talk about. If we had somebody just told us about Lead Zillow when we were still texting and cold calling only, it'd have been like, I don't know. Because it was around. All this stuff been around. So it was a part, like, you got to take go mode. You got to be willing to try stuff and fail and try again.
Man, Ty be having the best pictures, dude. Ty
Dude, I need to get on top
be
level,
having
man.
the best pictures, man. He be having the best pictures. So hey, the CEO said, yo, what up, man? What
Hey,
up?
I'm a all money in CEO, which means that getting money is the life I chose. CEO,
CEO
man, we got to
going
get
in.
you on the show.
Gotta get you on, man. Shoot, CEO gonna be there Sunday though. You gonna meet him on Sunday.
Say no more. Say no more. It's a blessing, man.
Yeah, you're gonna meet him on Sunday for sure. But but yeah, man, I think dude, you just gotta take some action, man. So that's what I would say if you're looking to get started, you're trying to get started. Like I said, shoot, made a bunch of mistakes, you know, like shoot, we talk about some of the stuff that we do. I don't think we brag a lot about what we doing and stuff like that. But shoot, we make a lot of mistakes. Facebook ads, got nothing from it. Went nationwide twice on PPL, got nothing from it. So, you know what I'm saying? So, we wasted a lot of money, failed a lot, ideas was wrong. You know what I'm saying? So you make a lot of mistakes, man, but you can't just be sitting there like, I don't want to take the wrong steps, so I'm just gonna stand right here. You know, where you gonna get? Nowhere. You know what I'm saying? So just being willing to take steps, make mistakes, take steps, make mistakes, but you got
Yeah.
to take that action though. You know what I'm saying? You got
Yeah.
to take.
It's risk. And obviously, we're taking calculated risks. Like there's a
Yeah,
process by which we go about doing this.
we're
So it's not
calculating, but sometimes the calculation be wrong. Got this mug.
so because there's a difference between, and that's why I was talking to somebody about this earlier. There's a difference between theoretical versus actual.
Yeah,
That's a more of a scientific term when they discuss creating hypotheses, and especially like in chemistry, but just in general science and observations. If I do this, then probably this gonna happen. Or if we peel back the layers of this, we can kind of assume or presume, based upon my calculations, that this is gonna happen. And then they do the test. That's why every single study or hypothesis, I know you heard of the scientific method, where you go through it and you test everything. You come up with a hypothesis first, you test your hypothesis, and then you record what actually happened. And then it's strong practice in science is to compare what what you theorize versus what actually happened, and then you get to notice the difference. Now, why would something like that be important? Because it first of all, it shows you where your thought process was, and then it fills in the gaps of where you didn't notice. It's just like, yeah, I think we had an idea that if we get inbound leads, we can't lose. So let's go nationwide with it. We're gonna go hard. And then when we actually saw it, it's just like we realized over time it evolved into us realizing the inbound leads was the answer, but the nationwide necessarily wasn't the way to go. You know what I'm saying? And that doesn't mean it's not the way to go, by the way. I think it still works, but we learned that we can really, really eat if we stick within our strike zone. So that if that's an important concept just all throughout the world of science, then think about that in all your business or just any general decision that you have in life, just like in theory, what you do. So you can get on here and watch our videos. You can watch other YouTube videos, your favorite YouTuber, Jerry Norton, and this person and that person. But until you actually go out and take action and you start closing deals based upon this information, you don't know what's actual or what's not. So, that's just something to keep in mind, by the way.
for
That's
sure,
why
for sure.
Byron said we err on the side of action because it's just like it ain't nothing. You a guy who the smartest guy in the world who calculates won't get half as far in twice the time as the guy who just.
Just go.
I'm just in business world. Would you say that, or would you say the guy? If you had two guys, Byron, one guy who liked to calculate and triple and double and quadruple calculate things before he ever might not never take action, and one guy who just takes so much action he don't think about anything, right? And we're talking about far ends of the spectrum. Like the guy who don't think about anything, he could really run himself out of business quicker than because he doesn't think about anything. So what do you think? Which guy will go further in a year's time, in a 2-year span?
Sheesh, a guy who don't think about nothing.
He don't think at all. It's action, action, action. And then the guy who does too much thinking and he never takes one step of action.
I think the guy who taking action, not even thinking, like Mark Cuban said, you only gotta be right once. You know what I'm saying? It's like you were saying, man, Jaden don't need to get them 30 to 40 leads, man. He ain't gonna know what to do. He mess around and get a wide open layup. he mess around and get a wide open layup, and you never know. You know what I'm saying? It's like, man, it's like Cordero could never score a bucket in the NBA. Yes, unless everybody else down there, he mess around, be the only one standing up under the basket with a wide open layup, he might have a shot. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm just saying though, it's like
I'm shooting threes on the grind.
Man,
I had to go to sleep later on that night. I was just like, man, Jaden might mess around. Jaden could, because I know I'm in this business, man. I know 30 leads could change your life. One lead could change your life. So 30 opportunities to do
that's why I say
thing.
about that property lead, dude. I'm like, what? They gonna give me a lead? They gonna give me a shot. It's like, dude, do you know what that could do? Do you know what one deal did? Man, that just spun me all the way out of teaching. Like, dude, one deal spun me right on out of teaching. Was teaching for 12 years, waking up every day, going to school, dealing with Cordero. Dude, one deal spun me right on out of it. Right on out.
I'm telling you now, and look, that's all it takes. And then if you hear us talk about how much failure we made and still can sit here and be this optimistic about one deal, the next opportunity, like every call, that's why I like, hey, did that seller come in? Phew, I'm on it, not even just because it's standard business practice, but because I know that could be the next opportunity.
Yeah, for sure.
You don't understand. It's not even like, oh man, that could be the next thing that pay my bills. That could be the next thing that changed my life. That's how it is.
Yeah, your whole life.
That's why I say it's not about right place, right time. It's about always being in the right place. Always being in the right place.
No doubt. London on IG says, with all the laws changing, what would y'all say is your biggest hurdle to closing deals? I know in Georgia, we hadn't seen a lot of laws changing. I don't know about in Tennessee. I'm pretty sure they ain't changed much in Tennessee. But I know in South Carolina, they made it illegal to do an assignment or something. You probably just got to double close. But nah, we hadn't really felt law changing yet. What anything changing in Tennessee, Cordero?
Nah, but I say this with the laws and the regulate as far as wholesaling goes, because I don't know what he was asking about, but y'all know that the real estate commissions and the agents, they under fire because they got the lawsuit. So just things in real estate in general and real estate transactions probably going to change, but it takes some time for them to trickle down. Like they settle at different layers in the lawsuit, and like for example, like they just made, I think in one state in the Carolinas or maybe it was Chicago, somewhere there's like, they changed it to where you can only do X amount of assignments, but they said it's not going to happen until like January of 2025 or something like that. See what I'm saying? So it takes a while for us to feel it, but I say regardless, and this is what I was talking about yesterday when I was talking about the bulletproof wholesaling method or just the bulletproof business practices in general. Your business, your biggest obstacle, no matter what the laws are doing, is going to be you and your ability to take action, to take heed and take massive action. Massive action is the cure-all. It don't matter what the laws are talking about. I just want to give you that because that kind of gives me comfort at night and a little bit of solace, because a lot of things are going to change in the near future, and a lot of things are going to stay the same. One of those things being, it don't matter what laws. As long as you're willing to get out there and talk to people, contacts equal contracts, then you'll figure out the rest because you're providing value. So if they say you can't do assignments no more, then you'll just do a double close. Serious, because that's what they're talking about when they say in some of these states where they like, oh, there's no more wholesaling is being outlawed. They're literally only talking about assignments, by the way. You know that, right? They're not saying, what they don't tell you is that you can double close, because if you purchase the property, you can do whatever you want with it. So come on now. Let's be real about this. Contacts equal contracts. The only struggle we have is if we're not getting enough contacts, and if the lead's not coming in quick enough, Byron be having a panic attack sometimes.
I'm telling you, dude, got to keep your leads coming. So Smooth said, y'all ever wholesale properties that's listed? I have. I've wholesaled a couple of properties that's listed. It's just different. You know what I'm saying? It's like you need it at a steep discount off of whatever they got there, which makes that price irrelevant, which makes that listing irrelevant. You know what I'm saying? So it's like if it's up there for 300 and I'm telling Cordero, like, hey, Cordero, my buyer, and I'm like, hey man, I can get it to you for 190. That makes that listing irrelevant. It's like, hold on, this dude got some over here that it's like, man, this dude got, hold on, you can give me that. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, it's just like going to the store, going to Chick-fil-A, and they say, hey, the chicken sandwich is $6. Then Cordero come up and say, hey man, I got this coupon right here. You can get the chicken sandwich for $1. You don't think people gonna start? Hey man, I'll take one of them. you don't think people gonna start hitting it? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's like scalping tickets outside the concert. That's what you're
doing. For sure, man. It's like, hey, I know I can get it right there. Now if Cordero's at Chick-fil-A and the bless you, the chicken sandwich $6, and he come up and say, hey man, I got this thing. I can get you a chicken sandwich for $5.50. People gonna be like, hold on, ain't the chicken sandwich? Like, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? They're gonna be like, hold on, they ain't even fall off the price of the chicken sandwich, is it? They ain't gonna notice the discount.
To be getting it from you, you could have breathed on it, bid it, did anything to it.
So you can be never mind. I don't want nothing to do. Hey man, when you give a joker that good of a deal, that's the thing people don't realize, man. Like when you getting in, you don't realize how good of a deal wholesalers are finding properties at. You know what I'm saying? I was talking to this guy and he was just saying, yeah, everything on the market is so expensive. Trying to buy an investment property is so expensive. I'm like, look, man, you're looking in the wrong place. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, when we talk about wholesale, man, the property is discounted. You know what I'm saying? That thing is discounted, man. This thing is kicked down low. The price is kicked way low. You know what I'm saying? So, I just think that's something that it's hard to calculate when you knew, because I remember thinking that same thing, looking at properties just on the market. And then even when I was trying to wholesale, I would see properties on the market that's like 125. Okay, this property right here is kind of the same. Okay, if I can get it somebody at 110, they're gonna be happy. It's like, nah, dude. If it can sell on the market for 125, I don't want it at 110. I want that thing at 40. I want it at 50. You know what I'm saying? It's like, dude, if you're gonna wholesale something, you need that thing way low.
Yeah.
Way low.
And what Byron's describing here is a phenomenon that we like to say, a deal is a deal. Period. Yeah. It don't matter if it's on the MLS, if it's listed, if it got green paint on the inside and the outside. A deal is a deal. And Smooth 20 to 30K less is not a deal. It's not a deal. But when that's what you realize, it's just like it don't matter where it's from or what's going on. If it's enough discount in the margin, what you said?
Like, check this out. This is what we're getting at. It's like facts, but only 20 to 30K less than what it's listed for, but it's move-in ready already. Dude, it doesn't even matter if it's move-in ready. You know what I'm saying? Because look, that 20, 30 grand gonna get ate up by the realtors.
It's gonna get ate up by the realtors, the closing. You're gonna sneeze in
Yeah,
20.
exactly. You're gonna sneeze and you're gonna have to they're gonna be gone. You know what
It's
I'm
not
saying?
a deal.
So you know what I'm saying? It's like it doesn't matter if it's move-in ready. Let's say it can sell for 200,000, but they willing to sell it for 180, 170. It's like, dude, 200,000. Once I get done paying the real estate agents, they're gonna kick me down to 188. So what I'm gonna sell it for? I bought it for 170. I'm gonna sell it for 188. You know what I'm saying? And then what happens when I got to do something or I got to hold it for a little bit longer? What about the closing on the front end, closing on the back end? It's like, dude, people don't realize how much they get ate up. Like, I don't care if it's move in ready and it can sell for 200. I still need that mug for sure to feel good about it. I probably need it for 130. I might do it then. You know what I'm saying? It's like people don't realize that, man. Like when you knew, you don't realize, dude, you really gotta go low. It's like that's why Flip Man be like, dude, you should feel bad about what you gotta tell them. That's like the day we're working on a deal, and we trying to get this thing sold, and Cordero like, hey, I think what they wanted 15. Cordero's like, hey man, 5. like, like, dude, you gotta feel bad. If you don't feel bad about it, and Cordero say it like that, you gotta shock the seller. You know what I'm saying? They gotta be shocked. Oh, you know what I'm saying?
They gotta be like agitated with you to begin
dude,
with. Like they gotta be like very, very highly frustrated. And then they do all that fighting. Cause we're gonna work up some. See, now we're getting into talk like the actual conversation of how you negotiate. But to just evaluating the deal, that's one thing. Because I'm trying to tell you now, a deal got to be enough margin for folks to eat off
yeah,
of. But how you actually get them there, you got to
yeah,
doggone take their head off. Take their head off and then leave yourself, because you got to understand, when a seller tell you that first number, that's not their number. They trying to take your head off. They
yeah.
see, you know what I'm saying? They trying to take your head off. They know the property leaning to the left, leaning to the right, trash, foundation busted up.
To the right.
You know what I'm saying? And so it's just like, they're like, I want close to full market value, or they'll say full market value minus 20.
I want 100K over the full market value. I don't care what no other property selling for. Give me a duffel bag, 100K over market value, and if I don't get that, I ain't gonna sell the property.
Y'all know we talked to that person today, man. We literally had a seller talking about why would you? She legitimate. Also, too, these people are emotional. They're thinking from a place of emotion. You understand? So they're not thinking logic. Lady low key, legitimately, actually said, why are you telling me?" I'm saying, like, I see you want 500,000 for your property, but I don't see nothing going for completely on the market renovated 400,000. Not to mention what they pay for realtor fees and this. Why? I don't know why you telling me this. Why are you wasting my time telling me what other people got? My house is better than everybody else. I don't know why you think you can tell me what other people got. I'm sorry. But I'm just letting you know, because these are comps. She was like, yeah, you're right. People do usually go by comps. That's pretty much what people usually do, right? I'm like, yeah, that's what I just said. She said, why are you telling me about comps? And she was just like, well, actually, that's the standard. That's what people are supposed to do. Look at comps. Right. Okay. So that's what we're talking about here, lady, is the comps. El Campanino.
Yeah,
And
man. You tell them that. It's like, dude, do you not realize that your property is not going to sell for 100K higher than everybody else's property that looks just? It's a reason that all of those properties sold around the same price. There's a reason. They will not, the bank, which they're likely going to be the ones that's going to lend on the property if you are going to get anything close to market value. It's
Yeah,
like they're not gonna land on a property 100 grand over what everybody else is selling for. It's like they ain't stupid. You know, so you
and
expect everybody in this situation to be stupid.
yeah, I mean, but again, these people, that lady was clearly like highly emotional. She was in a bad, something was going on. But we're talking about like real, like if the seller know the property and they're giving you a real actual asking price, they will play ball, not 100, because you know the 100K over asking, those people are just, you know what I mean? But the real sellers where the ARV is like 200, we need it at about 125 or lower, 120 or lower. And they like, man, I'll take 170. I won't go, I'll take 170 to 180. I won't go no lower than you know your property leaning. You know your property leaning to the left and to the right.
Yeah,
So it's
hey,
just like they're expecting to get, they in a heart of hearts, they're expecting honestly to get 150. They think if it's worth 200 fixed up, I'm gonna give 150. Boom, that's a good, and it's not. It's not a good discount, Mr. Seller, right? So they say, let me take his head off and come in at 170. Let him talk me down to 250. I needed at 120. Mr. Seller, we probably need to be around 90, 85 to 90K. And that's because, and you want to say it in the kindest way. 80, break that $100,000 mark. A lot of y'all would be scared to push below the nearest 100K point. So, break the next $100,000 mark. If it was 200, go below 200. If it's 100 and that's the lowest, go below that. So that way, when you come back above that, they be like, okay, now we talking. You know what I'm saying? You got to be willing to take their head off because they taking your head off. But get them a real offer. You know what I'm saying?
For sure. 255K checks, Byron. Yes, I said that tonight. If your offer doesn't offend them, you're not doing it right. No doubt, man. You got it. Like Cordell said, take their darn head off. So Richard says, got one here that a realtor has asking 20K, 3 bedroom, 2 bath, at the most 60K in remodeling. Do you guys think it's a waste of time given the realtor is involved? I mean, I don't care if a real estate agent involved or not. You know, the numbers just gotta make sense. You know what I'm saying? If you need 60K in remodeling and you already bought it, that means you in for 80. That means you need to be able to sell that mug. You need to be able to sell that mug for at least around 160. You need to be able to sell that mug at least around 160. That'll have you in good shape.
Right. And another thing that I learned from Byron is that when a realtor is involved, you got to understand these are people who is out there. They're licensed realtors, but they're very similar to us. And they're willing to work and they trying to work and they negotiate. Right. So there's no standard practice. And if you reach out to them and set an expectation, you think like, oh, I got to pay the realtor 3%. There'll be times where the realtor, you can tell them, hey, if I got enough spread on this, then you can get your 3% out of my spread. But if I don't, and I only make X amount, how about I just pay you this flat fee, or we just split it? And they're like, okay, you know what I'm saying? So just because there's a realtor involved, that doesn't automatically say, oh, deal canceled out. You can negotiate with the realtor because they'll be like, the real deal realtors, they know I'd rather have 50% of something than 100% of nothing.
Yeah, for sure.
You can the deal with them.
But 60K worth of work is a lot of work. A lot of work. And usually when you need to do that much work, there's even more work to be done. Some in that bad of shape, usually it's even in worse shape. Worse shape than what you think. But yeah, man. So let me see what my people checking in on IG, man. My people checking in on IG. What's going on, Paul? What's going on? Outcast, man. Outcast always checking in on IG and the real estate muscle. What's up? What's up? Yeah, man. Got my people checking in on IG, man. But shoot, man, we've been on this thing about 45 minutes, man. We're gonna answer some more questions, but I know Cordero, he been on the grind all day, man. He got to catch up on them Z's because his real work day is tomorrow. Because we already know how the leads catch fire tomorrow, baby.
The
Man, they
Saturdays
ready
is
right, man. Those Saturdays and Sundays be talking sometime, man, for sure.
real
But
estate is an afternoon. It's not a 9 to 5 Monday through Friday business. That's when you're generating leads 9 to 5 Monday. If you full time, you 9 to 5 Monday through Friday generating leads. But the inbound leads, when people really say, "Can you call me back on a? Can you call me back when I'm not at work?" Because you can't talk to people about their house while they working. So it's in the afternoons and on Saturdays and Sundays. That's where you need to be ready to go, ready to go. So all you guys like, man, I work a 9 to 5. I work at a regular job. Good. So does everybody else. So all you need is that time after work, really, if you want to change your life. So keep that in mind. But yeah, Saturdays and Sundays be the days. Saturdays.
them be the days, man. Them be the days. You never know when your deal gonna come through. You like Cordero said, you just gotta always be in the right place. You know what I'm saying? You're always in the right place. It'll work out. But dude, you got to be on it, man. That's when I got my deal, my first deal. I was on it. I was just on it. It's like, dude, I was just on it, man.
Ain't no,
Stop.
I just talk to the seller and I need to clear my mind and think about what's next. No, you just talk to the seller, get off that call, type your notes, and call another person. Call the buyer. Or every time you make a call, once you get off that should instigate the next thing that you need to do. So I just talked to this seller, or I just jumped in a dialer and I just got a lead. Maybe I need to send this over to the buyer. Pause the dialer, go right to the buyer. Hey, I got a lead. Like, don't wait. Don't put no space in it. And just go. Like when you doing it like that, then the deal is around the corner. But you getting better. You know what I'm saying? Once you figure out how to tap in and go that hard, the deals come, but you're getting better. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it means when we say be own it. Action. It's just like do it. Take the action and then keep doing it. You're not worried about, let me spend X amount of time following up leads. I need to call this many leads. You're just saying, like, I'm going to keep calling leads till something happen, till I get the deal.
Dude, you got to go until something happen, man. That's the key. Like, dude, you got to be willing to go until something happens. That's the key. If not, then you're going to give up.
Till something that ain't happened before happens. New.
Yep. For sure. So, man, that's what it's all about, man. You got to keep pushing until you get some results. If you don't, you're gonna give up. And then when you give up, like what was that? Eric Thomas talking about? It's like, you know, if you're gonna go through some pain, get a reward from it.
Yeah, don't cry to quit. You crying already. It's like you done already done this. Like you, at some point, you got to be like, man, I done got cussed out by the nice African lady. I done failed. I done humiliated myself, embarrassed myself, tried, looked silly in front of the buyers. I done popped out, got judged, and I failed, and I ain't got nothing to show for it. What'd you do all of that for? To stop now? If I quit now, I'd be dead wrong. You'd be dead wrong if you stopped after all of that now. When in reality, like we talked about yesterday, sometimes when you meet that resistance, it's not about, I need to quit. It means you need to 10 times that. Go harder.
Boom. No doubt, man. No doubt. It's like, dude, because he was like, man, because it is like that, man. It's like you pushing hard, and you're gonna feel pain, right? Whatever that pain is for you, you're gonna feel that pain. You're gonna go through that struggle, but it's only for a period of time until you get your deal. You know, it's only for a period of time. You know that you go through a period of time. That period of time is different for everybody. To before they get their first deal. You know what I'm saying? But you're gonna go through that period of time. But if but it's gonna end. You're gonna start to try to get a deal, and then you're gonna end up getting a deal, and that time period is gonna be over. At some point, if you keep going after it, at some point that time period is gonna be over. But if you quit, then that's forever. You know what I'm saying? That's forever. Like you ain't gonna never get past that first deal if you give up. That's just the way it is, man. So you got to be willing to push through. You know what I'm
That is,
saying? Most of the people that get their first deal ain't even thinking about that though. Like quitting, stopping, giving up ain't no.
yeah, that is such a good point. It's just like that is you not even thinking it. Like you got not even in the realm of thinking about that. Because doubt,
Yeah,
like that's why I say one of the first things is get rid of all doubt. You got to get rid of doubt because if you got doubt at any point in time, it will come up and it's like a hand reaching out of the ground tripping you while you running full speed. That
yeah,
oh my goodness. And it comes up, it's not just on your first deal. It can come up even down the line when you on a real tough deal. And the first time you get like the sellers keep sending the buyer over there talking to the agent you working with, keep sending the buyer over there talking to the sellers. And you're like, oh my goodness, dude. I ain't gonna throw the deal away, but good night. Why y'all keep playing? You know what I'm saying? Like you got to get rid of doubt in that instance and just keep reminding yourself, well, I mean, we can get through this. Like I can keep pressing and I can keep setting up enough appointments and solving people's problems because I am providing value. I can get through this. And so you're going to deal with stuff to get to your first deal. You're going to get to stuff to deal with your 100th deal. You're going to get to stuff to deal with that biggest deal. I think a lot of us have had where it's that one when you get the biggest deal you done ever got under contract. And I think it's just your sheer anxiety, your personal anxiety. Oh my goodness, is this one going to close? That'll
yeah.
eat you alive. But you got to keep pushing. It's like having a baby. You know what I'm saying? It's just like having a
True.
baby. The Bible says that
Yeah,
it's like a woman in labor. You know how she's pushing, and then once she has the baby, the pain subsides immediately. It doesn't immediately, but the press is just like, and right before the baby actually comes out, I would imagine that's where you experience some of the worst pain. Is right before that, and then from that point on, it's like the blessing comes through. And so likewise, you feel tough, you feel nervous, and then you like, oh my goodness, and boom, that check. Whoo! Hey, Mr. Richard Jackson Jr. Where do you want us to mail you your check or wire it to you? Or you want to come in?
I want to pick mine up. I want to see it. I want to shake my check hand.
Hey, Aaron Elzy, I hope I'm saying it right. Hey, Mr. Elzy, I just wanted to check with you that deal you had closed. We just want to know, do you want to come pick the check up, or what's your account information? Huh? How do you want to do that? Ooh, I'm telling you now. You like, did that really just happen? You know what I'm saying? After all the pain and pressure, I was nervous about that buyer. Whatever, man. Just keep taking action, and you will get there.
No doubt, no doubt. So my people on IG, Paul says, "What's up? What I miss? You miss everything, Paul. Go back and check it out on YouTube." And PG says, "Hey, we in here multi-platforming, no doubt, man. Go to YouTube." Paul says Saturday and Sunday is when to call sellers. No, that's usually when our pay-per-lead websites is booming and sellers are actually reaching out to us. But
But
Saturdays is a pretty good time to call sellers. You know,
Saturdays and Sundays, we'll talk. Just to cold outreach Saturdays. Grant Cardone said they're gonna ask you, what are you doing calling on a Sunday? Eric, nobody at work. I'm telling you, I wouldn't, you know what I'm saying, depending on what I don't know about calling on Sunday morning. You don't want to be ringing them while they at church. That ain't gonna get you in the door. But I'm telling you, we get a lot of business. So we wasn't necessarily talking about prospecting, like cold outreach. But a Saturday morning in the dialer could change your life. You'll be richer than the dialer.
Life.
I'm telling you now, Saturday morning in the dialer, it's over with. It's over with, bro.
Yeah. So V says on IG, how has Georgia wholesale laws changed in the recent years? I don't think Georgia wholesale laws changed. If they have, somebody need to let me know. I'm still doing deals, and I don't know what's really going on. But I think in Atlanta, in the city of Atlanta, maybe some laws change, but I'm not in the city of Atlanta, so I really haven't seen laws change or nothing has really changed on my end. I'm still doing the same stuff. And when they do change, I'm gonna roll with the punches. But you know that is what it is. But other than that, man, shoot, we've been in this thing 55 minutes out of this mug. We finna jump off this thing, man. We appreciate y'all for coming through. Richard says, thank you guys. I don't know how you guys do so much. The multitasking is crazy and still find time to go live, man. Hey, putting in the extra hours, dude. Putting in the extra hours, man. But shoot, man, we appreciate y'all for coming through, man. Make sure you like the video, share it, all the other good stuff, man. And man, we appreciate y'all. We'll be back on Monday, getting this thing in, man.
All right, y'all. Holla at y'all.
No doubt, man.